are strong and eager for you. I'll give my arms their cue, and I'll take romance. So my lover, when you want me, call me in the hush of the evening. And when you call me in the hush of the evening, we'll rush to our first real romance. While our hearts are young and eager and gay, I'll give my heart away, and I'll take romance.
Coming up, we'll be joined by Steve Tyrell.
Wow, that was neat. That is neat.
Fantastic. Boy, now I'm going to tell you something. That is music.
I'm telling you, there's nobody. In fact, we should go on, what is it, like a talent scout and find some singers.
Why don't we have people come here and
audition? They have
audition?
that show on television. They got great.
Do they?
Yeah, I mean, that's great. You watch, what is it, Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah,
Duh.
that was fun.
Yeah.
What was it back in the day? What was it, the Major Bose?
Major Bose Amateur Hour.
No, but there was it was Ed McMahon's amateur.
Oh,
Yeah.
Star Search. The Star Search. But wasn't it Sinatra, though, was discovered on the Major?
Major Bose used to say, spin the wheel wherever it goes, and nobody knows.
You know that, Larry?
Except
know
Major
it.
Bose.
I'm
He's a
not
lot
that
older.
old. I know.
You know the story. You know the story.
Because Frank used to talk about it.
It was the Hope. Oh, they called the Hoboken Four.
Yeah, and Frank used to say, yeah, well, I do the vocals, and these guys do the instruments. And he says, well, what do they call you? He says, the Hoboken. He had this high voice, the Hoboken Four.
You know, when Sinatra was kind of a youngster, he was very thin. And he kind of...
Oh, my God.
I mean, he was like a rail.
Let me tell you something. Frank could have crawled through a martini olive. That's how skinny he was.
And he had... And I don't know if today, if our audience has any idea, but didn't he attract what they called the Bobby Soxers?
Yeah, Paramount. Yeah, Paramount Theater. I know that whole story. I mean, it's just that's it. Those are days. Forget about it.
You better tell the story, Larry, or else people are not going to know it.
But he went to New York. He was at the Paramount Theater, and it was during the war, and girls just rocked out. They flipped. They call him the Voice.
Bigger than the Beatles.
Oh my God! Yeah,
this
is one person. Just one person.
Just one guy.
It was unheard of. It was unheard of. The streets were flooded.
But what's really unheard of is he started, 1941, somewhere in there. So in the early 40s.
He had like the ups and downs, though, in his career. That wasn't always
I think he only had one down. And that's when because his records weren't selling, and that was when he was with Ava Gardner. And then all of a sudden she helped him to get the From Here to Eternity.
Didn't he have some vocal problems? I think he
but all singers have vocal problems. But he had laryngitis, and they fixed it.
Oh, they did.
But he was very depressed because of her.
Yeah.
It's always a woman. You know?
That was one of the great relationships of all time.
Yeah, great. Yeah, he's just unbelievable. But listen, I love Nancy Sr. She's a very, very sweet lady.
Total class.
Oh, yeah.
And Frank made it. I mean, he made it bigger than anybody that I could think of on this planet.
I think, and I agree with me, I hope, Frank, that his mother pushed him and believed in him and would not let him give up.
Oh, and his mother was tougher than
He adored his mother. Her name was
fighter.
Dolly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I knew that Frank had a great relationship with his mother, but I didn't know that his mother was like a catalyst, the kind of the one behind him. Kind of.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I did not know
God.
that.
I mean, they used to say.
And she was a midwife. She was a baby deliverer.
Yeah, that's right. Remember Mateo's restaurant?
Of course.
Well,
She delivered Maddie.
Yeah, she delivered Manny Mateo.
You're kidding me.
No.
It's on Westwood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy.
And she would say to
with
Frank,
the cheetah lamps.
Yes.
Oh boy.
she would say to Frank, "What are you going to be? A bum? You're going to be a nothing? Be somebody."
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
No.
You told that to Frank.
She was a force behind
Oh, you
him.
kidding? She'd not Frank. She'd hit him with a broom.
And he listened to her, but good.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
boy.
did.
Well,
Well,
what
she
a
did
good-
great.
Never underestimate the power of a mother.
But talking about that, and I'll bring it up when we got Steve on. But Steve is constantly on the Sinatra show, the radio show. I'm not plugging another radio show.
Well, the
but I'm very
Sinatras love
fond-
him. They love him.
I'm very fond of Nancy Sinatra and their show, and Tyrell. That's where I first heard him.
Oh,
I'm
no
going,
kidding.
who? Yeah, I said, who is this guy? You know, he's just fantastic.
Well, he's also taken over for Bobby Short at the Cafe Carlisle around Christmas. Bobby Short was a staple there.
Yeah.
And when he passed, they had Steve Tyrell come in, and everybody loved him. So he's there all the time.
That's
at
an
Christmas.
incredible honor. And I'm looking at a picture of Steve Tyrell here.
Oh, what a handsome
And
guy.
Is there anybody that could look as calm and as cool and collected as Steve Tyrell?
Only Dean Martin. That's it. That's his only
I mean,
competition.
this guy does not look like he breaks a sweat or works all that
So
hard.
that's interesting. He's at the Carlisle Hotel.
At Christmas.
Because Selleck is always at the Carlisle Hotel. I'll have to tell Tom so he can catch him.
Well, he's here for the holiday season like Bobby Short was.
Yeah, Bobby Short was great.
Yeah, but he was a little short.
I could give him. I could give him my elevator shoes. Anyway.
Well, anyways, it's great, Larry, that you're kind of a wealth of information when it comes to kind of giving some of these Rat Pack stories and some of the stories that probably haven't been heard.
We never would have had Steve Tyrell if it weren't for our engineer Tomas.
That's true.
He tells me how much he like. I says, "Oh my God, I love him." And I thought he was a black singer, and Tomas fell over. I mean, he cracked up. But I did, and he sounds. His unique sound is phenomenal.
Oh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful.
I remember for a while, and I hate to kind of draw comparisons, but for a while, it seemed that the only guy carrying on the tradition of Sinatra was like that Harry Connick. But
Exactly.
I like Harry Connick, but I mean, no cigars. Sorry. I mean, none of these guys. And Nancy's giving me a look. I mean, look, Harry.
Well, I guess he'll be
I
canceled.
saw Harry, and I forgot what it was. Some kind of a bomber movie in World War II. He's an excellent actor, and I love his music. But there isn't a guy out there, not one, that I say that can come even close to Frank.
he made it kind of a gimmick, and I think that's where if you can say that there was a failure to it, he didn't develop himself as much as maybe he could have, whereas a Steve Tyrell certainly has.
Yeah,
Right. Did you
well-
know that Steve Tyrell did some acting jobs also?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, leave it to me to come up with this. Yeah, he did a couple Confessions of a Teen Idol, Once and Again. He was a band leader in Father of the Bride
Terrific film.
Why do I know
Yeah.
that film, Father of the Bride? Is
with
that?
Steve Martin.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was the one with Spencer Tracy.
This
Well, yeah, but I don't think Steve Tyrell was born yet.
Oh, okay.
Steve Martin did the remake. He did the
Yeah.
remake, which was really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of a movie called The Princess Bride, and that
No, Father of the Bride.
The Princess Bride. Now,
Uh-oh.
Steve Martin, what was that great movie that I loved him in when he played with Michael Caine?
That
Dirty
was,
Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah, and they're a great
That
scene.
was the best.
Remember that scene when he was sitting at the dinner
the
table
cork
and he
on
was
the-
trying to get that girl. They were trying to rip her off, and he goes,
Yeah.
and
No,
his
that's a
eyes
great,
crossed.
great
Funny.
scene. Funny plot. Great film.
Okay, we're talking with the Manettis. It's the PM show with the Manettis. Larry and Nancy got Will Link with his link to the movies. I'm Paul Stern, in for Eric Hines today. Coming up, Steve Tyrell. Going to talk with Steve coming up shortly here on the PM show right after this.
Hi, folks. I